Hello everybody, Shama here with the Infinite Center, as always, as we all are. So I want to talk today about divination. And I'm going to speak scientifically about divination for the scientists to basically show them how it's not only scientifically possible, but it's probable, it's scientifically probable, and it's almost likely happening all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down with some duality real quick about how like science and spirituality are like conflicting on this. So basically, science says that everything is predetermined. Nothing, you can't make any change that will change the destiny, basically. That you are completely at the whim of the universe, and that any choices that you appear to make are just that. It's just an appearance, and it's not real. And religion basically says the opposite. So spirituality and religions all say that basically God gave us the free will to do whatever we want, and we can make every choice in every moment to do, make whatever choice we feel like. So basically, because of my beliefs about duality, that it all originates from singularity, to unify these two perspectives is basically what we have to do is realize that it's not this versus that. We don't have free will versus predestiny. It's actually in every infinitesimal moment we have the free will to choose from destinies that are already predetermined, already exist. So all those possible choices exist already. So science is right and religion is right. Okay, so now basically, because science says everything is predetermined, now I'm going to get into the divination and how that actually works. So with divination, we can do it personally, we can do it with tarot cards, we can do it with runes, we can do it with pretty much anything, sticks, clouds, anything. But what you have to do is set up a parameter first, like a language between you and the divine, some kind of agreement basically on what kind of language you're going to use. And you do this through the random. So by like shuffling a deck of cards, by throwing runes down randomly, by throwing sticks down apparently randomly, by looking at clouds which are apparently random, you can actually read what the universe is trying to tell you, or what the divine is trying to tell you. Basically, because the more random you try to make it, the more you shuffle it, the more you try to randomize it, the deeper you're getting into the divine. So once you set up a parameter, once you set up a language between you and the divine, like this means this, that means that, that means that, and then you're consistent with that. You start practicing with that between you and your epiconsciousness or the divine or whatever God or whatever you want to call it. And basically, you try to make things random. And the more you try to make it random, the less random it actually is, and the more divine, the more from source it actually becomes. So that was just a little bit about divination. What kind of brought me to that was a few of my entheogen experiences where I saw like the patterns of everything. And I dropped a bag of rice one time. I think I told this story before. And when I looked down, I could see the actual patterns of the rice, that it really wasn't random, that it actually fell into like the way it almost had to fall. Like you could tell by looking at it that it had to fall in those kind of patterns. So similar to that, basically, when you're shuffling cards or rolling dice or throwing runes, or even just through your daily activities, through synchronicities, because synchronicities are just things that appear random because they're so out of the ordinary, but it's really like a sign, basically, to pay attention to what's going on at that moment, at that time, to the sign, to the near future. And if we keep doing this more and more, we'll gain a deeper and deeper connection to our personal divination, because I believe we each have a personal type of divination. It's not just these people use tarot cards or these people use this. It's a great jumping off point, but personal divination, a personal language with God or the divine, is nothing beats that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I was going to talk about on that. If anybody has any questions, comments, complaints, concerns, I love you all. I'll talk to you soon.